So these are instructions for the lace pop-up card. Although this is the Joy version, the other file that was designed for the Maker series or the Explorer series is assembled the exact same way. So I'm going to take the pop-out piece, so this is the piece that has the words cut out of it, and it's got a score line at the top. And I'm just going to fold down. So I'm just going in there and I'm folding on that score line. I don't want to fold the panels on either side. So now I'm folding on the score line below the word day. And then right above the word happy, there's another score line. And I'm just folding that in a mountain fold. So I'm pinching it towards me like so. So then as it goes into the card, it will fold down on itself like so in half. And those score lines are already there, but as you fold down, it will automatically create the score lines on either side to create your pop-up. Next, I'm going to temporarily fold it flat again, and I'm going to glue on all the letters. It's easier to do it while it's flat. So just be careful of letters you may have in duplicate, like the H. There are 2 H's and there are 2 A's. Make sure you put the short and squat H at the beginning and the tall thin one in the middle of the word mother. So I'm just going to glue my letters down, trying to keep an even border all the way around them. All right, so next I have my card base. I have 2 smaller panels. One is going to go on the top half. And I want to create an even border all the way around that top half. And then I have the same at the bottom. And then I have my pop-up. I'm going to put glue all along that bottom panel, on those 2 thin sides, and then all along the bottom. And then I want to place it on my card base. The score lines are right against the score lines of my card. You want approximately the same amount on either side as well. You can fold it flat, make sure it all fits. And then I'm going to fold it onto itself like so, and put glue on that thin side all along the top as I close my card. And then I have my decorative piece for the top. So it's just a decorative panel that I'm gluing to the top ledge. And then I have my flowers. I have 4 of the little flowers and 1 of the large flowers. We're going to start with the little ones. The large one goes on the cover of the card. So in terms of the petals, I have 4 of one size, 4 of the next size, and then 4 of the smaller one. So you want to make sure when you're looking at them that they are indeed the same size, because I find that the larger size and the middle size are very, very close. So you don't want to get them confused. So I have my flower base and I'm just putting glue just in the center of my flower. And then I'm grabbing one of my bases. I'm gluing the largest layer. There are like little bumps on the edges of the green layer. You want to make sure that your white piece is covering those little bumps. The bumps are exactly the same size as the petals on the largest size flower. Then you're going to take the second size, put glue in the center, glue it down so that its petals are just in between the petals of the first layer. And then the smallest size, and you're going to do the same thing, putting glue in the middle, covering up the gap between the petals in the previous layer. And then I've cut out some glitter cardstock. So little tiny circles, putting glue in the center, and then gluing them down in the middle of my flower. So I have 4 flowers like that. I'm going to assemble them the exact same way. So I've just glued down the little panel that I'm going to use to sign my card, and I've glued down my flowers, my 4 flowers, and now I'm going to work on the cover of my card. So the cover of my card, I have 2 layers. I have the larger and then the smaller decorative layers that I've just glued to the front. I have my doily piece. I've used my Cricut trimmer, and I've approximated where I wanted the fold in my doily to place on top of the card. And then I've inserted it in my trimmer and just drawn a line with my stylus right in the track of my trimmer. So that makes it a little bit easier to fold. So I'm just putting glue in the center of my doily, and then I'm just going to do, for the other one I didn't do this, but I think I'm going to glue down the edges because they kept getting caught on the envelope. Placing this, my fold line right on the edge of the card, and then I have my flower pieces. Now for my flower pieces, so I have this spongy mat. If you don't have this kind of mat, you could use a mouse pad. And I have a cake decorating stylus, but if you don't have something like this, you can use a regular stylus, or even if you have a gaming stylus, that would work as well. So something with a round nub that you can use to shape your flowers. And what I do is I go in the center, I make little circles over the center, then I make little circles on each petal all the way around. And I do that for all 3 levels, and it gives it that cupped look. And then I have my leaves. I've gone in with my stylus and I've just drawn a center line just to make them look a little bit more realistic. I have the largest layer of my flower, then I have the second layer, and I just want the petals to overlap the gaps in the previous layer of the flower. I'm putting glue on the smallest one, and then I'm doing the same thing. And then I have my piece of glitter cardstock for the center. So I'm just going to put glue on the center of my flower, and I'm placing it approximately just a little over to the left because I want to have enough room for my leaves on either side. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue just along the bottom of the stem, and I'm just tucking that underneath my flower. I'll do that on the other one as well. Like so. And there's my Mother's Day card. And this is the other version, so this is for the Maker or for the Explore series.